Alright, so in this video we're going to create this part here as someone requested a tutorial for. This is a part that I give to my students, and I'm going to give them this video in order to create this part. But I will say it is a little tough. If you notice the big red arrow when I was trying to find a picture of the part, I actually came across it on Reddit, and funny enough, this is always the thing that my students and my requests that I get from people who subscribe to this channel always ask about, like, how do you put this in here? I need a tutorial for this. So I'm going to help you out. I'm going to show you actually two different ways to do it. But first, a couple things you need for setup, okay? So I'm going to move this back over to my other screen. All I've done so far is I've set up some layers, okay? And if you need some help doing that, I have a how to set up layers and layer properties tutorial. It's very short on my channel, but it's very easy. Just right click, new layer. If you need to change a layer name or type, you just load the type and then you select it and it'll apply it. So right now I have three types of layers, or three different layers. I have an object layer, which can be a nice dark blue. I have a construction layer, which can be a nice gray, and a light blue cyan centerline layer. And I've changed that one to be a center line type. The other thing I've done is I've started a new drawing, and I've made it a metric drawing, okay, because this is a metric piece. It says the dimensions are in millimeters. But if you want an easy way to be able to do that, if you're wondering like, oh, we hit new, how did that pop up like that? It's just if you type in startup, once you're in a drawing, change your startup method to 1. If you just installed AutoCAD, or if you're working on like a school computer or something, your property is probably set to 3, which isn't super useful because it just kind of asks you to open templates and stuff. You can still do that with this, but I like startup 1 because you can change it to like wizards, you can change it to different templates. You can pick, or you can just do a default drawing. Like for this assignment, all my students are asked to do is either make it in metric or make it in imperial, feet and inches. So I have a metric drawing here, and the first thing I like to do is I like to create my construction lines, okay, in order to show where these different things are. Now for this piece, it's up to you how you want to make it. I'm going to make this thing so that this center here of this hole is going to be on my origin. But if you don't want it there, then it's just a matter of offsetting where my initial lines are, or instead of typing 0, 0 for your X line locations, which would be the origin, just offset it off. I mean, it's okay. Change your X and Y. That's all right. So if you've watched my videos before for AutoCAD, you know that I am a big proponent of typing, because that is how AutoCAD is set up, folks. If you learn how to type, you'll be way, way faster at it. Okay, going up here back and forth, it's going to slow you down a lot. So don't do that. Okay, learn the way to do it. AutoCAD's really nice now. If I want to learn how to do something, I want to create a line, type a letter. Oh, look at that, line's right at the top. If it wasn't, I could just keep typing the word and eventually it'll be at the top. Okay, so we're going to create what's called an X line. All right, and you can see that what an X line is an infinite line. So I use that for my construction lines because I'm just going to offset infinite lines in different locations to find intersection points and find locations of things. I like to start at 0, 0. All right, so my X is going to be 0, and then comma is going to bring me to my Y, and then I'm going to type 0 again, and I'm going to hit enter. Look at that, now I'm at 0, 0. Okay, now I'm going to come down, and I'm going to get this thing horizontal, and I'm going to click. Then I'm going to rotate back up, and I'm going to get this thing vertical, and I'm going to click. Then I'm going to hit escape. And then with my middle mouse button, clicking it down and dragging it, I could rotate my screen over, pan it over, so I can see a little bit better where I am. Okay? But like I said, if you wanted to create these at different locations, just don't type 0, 0. If you want it at 4 in the X and 4 in the Y, type 4, 4. And it'll be like somewhere up here instead. All right, now let's look at this piece. Let's figure out the best way to make it. Okay, so this piece has a whole bunch of circles here. Those are probably going to be good to start off with. But before I do, I'm going to locate where the other things that matter are. Okay, so it gives me a couple dimensions. Dimensions are kind of weird. if I was going to make this piece, I mean, maybe the function of this piece somehow has to do with where this point is. That's the only thing I can think of that you would logically give this dimension. But this is a great tutorial book. A lot of schools use it. But I will say that don't learn to dimension off of this book, because some of the dimensions they put in are just wacky. So we're going to create where these locations are, okay? I'm going to ignore this little hole right here for now. That's kind of like a secondary piece we're going to create later. But create your overall outside shape. Find what you need to create the outside shapes to start off, okay? So here's what I would do personally. I would create some locations for this, which we already did. I would create a location for this by offsetting over 96. I would create a location for this point by offsetting over 60. And then I would even create these locations for the vertical lines. I don't have to. I can put tangent lines in after I create a circle, but we know that this circle is a radius of 30, so I could just offset up 30, offset down 30, and now I've got kind of the frame of my piece, okay? And I'll show you what I mean by that. So let me move this out of the way. Let's come over here, O, enter, and I'm gonna start by doing all my horizontal lines like I talked about, okay? So the first one was 60 over, so I'm gonna pick this line, I'm gonna move over. So I type 60, I hit enter, and then I'm gonna click. And then I'm gonna pick this line again because the next one's 96. All right, and I'm gonna click this, I'm gonna move in this direction again, I'm gonna type 96. I'm gonna hit enter. Okay, so now I know where that other circle goes. Now I'm gonna do those 30 offsets. So I'm gonna click this, I'm gonna move up, 30, enter. I'm gonna click this, I'm gonna move down, type in 30, enter. Okay, so I've got a pretty good start for what this thing looks like. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit escape, all right, and I'm gonna create some object lines now, okay? So I'm gonna switch over to my object line. These are my actual lines of my piece, my visible edges, if we wanna go into the theory level. So I'm gonna type C, I'm gonna hit enter. I'm gonna start from here. I'm just gonna move up. Oop. Let me hit escape here. Got a little upset with me. All right, so let's type C, let's hit enter. We'll start from this 0 point. Oop, I don't want to move my origin, no. C, enter, let's go 0, comma, 0. Now I'm creating my circle there. And then we'll move up and we'll click on that location because that's now the size that we wanted it to be. Then let's hit spacebar again to go back into the circle command. Let's come over here. And then let's go ahead and say that this is a radius of 20. So I'm going to click here, I'm going to move, and I'm going to type 20. There's my other circle. Okay. Now from here, there's a couple things I can do. All right, so let's put in some other lines. Let's type L, enter. Let's start from here. Let's create these lines up here. Spacebar, spacebar. Let's start from here, create these lines over to here. Okay, and then hit escape or spacebar to get out of that. So I've got a start for what my piece looks like. Okay, now from here though, I've got some interesting considerations to make. Okay, I'm going to show you the really easy way that we can use just like the move command to create this little arc up here. All right, so here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Okay, create a line, hit enter. Start that line from this point, go over horizontally until you meet up with the other point or the other line. Okay, and click. Hit escape. Okay, now we can see that this radius, okay, is not in line with this top line. That would make this a heck of a lot easier. Instead, it's a little distance up, and it doesn't really give us what that distance is. We don't really know where this tangent point is or anything like that. Okay, we just know that we have a line coming across here. So I'm going to give you the easy way to do this. All right, so you don't have to create like circles that are crossing circles and all this other stuff. I have other tutorials that'll help you out with that if you want to do that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We know that this circle is tangent to this arc up here. This arc has a radius of 20. So we know that that circle is 20 up to that radius, and then an additional 15 with the radius to the top there. All right, I'm going to show you a handy little trick. You don't do any math or like think about any high-level geometry here on this part. So we're going to go offset, and we're going to say 20 plus 15, so 35. So we're going to say 35. Hit enter. We're going to pick this line. We're going to move up, okay? And now we're going to click. All right. Now, we already had this line here for where the end of this was, right? So we're going to go over here now. We're going to create a circle, C enter. We're going to click here. Okay, that's where the center of the circle, the height of the circle is going to be. And we could either type in 15, you can see it is 15, or I could just come down and click on this line. All right. Now that's going to tell you where on the circle this line intersects the circle, which means we can use the move command and use that as a base point. So let's go M, enter, pick this circle, hit enter, okay. Pick this point as a base point, click, move over, and we say we want that point actually right here, and click. And now we didn't have to do any math, and we know exactly where this is, okay? The other way that we could have done it is we could have started from here and gone to here and done some like really high level math to figure out like the crisscross of the 15 and whatever this is, 41 and whatever. But that's a lot of like crazy math that we'd have to do. This is much easier, okay? Let's move it over. All right, now what I'm gonna do, and I actually went a little too far here, okay? So I'm gonna go over to my construction lines. I'm gonna turn them off. Now I'm gonna hit escape here, and I'm gonna do a little trimming, okay? TR, enter, trim this away, trim this away. Look at that, we got the shape that we wanted, okay? And now I'm actually even gonna get rid of this line. We shouldn't even have put that in. And we're gonna mirror this down, okay? So let's hit escape, MI, hit enter, pick this, this, and this, or if you prefer, the way I would have selected it is I like the little green box. Select everything that way. And then hit enter. Hover over your edge here of the circle. That'll light up the middle for you. If it doesn't, that means your object snap is off down here. So just hit F3 if you want to turn it on quickly. So I'm going to pick this. I'm going to move over until it highlights this, and I'm going to click the center of the other circle. Click. It's going to say, do I want to erase my original object? I want no by default, so I'm going to hit enter. Now I have all this. Now I can just say TR again, enter, get rid of that, get rid of that. I've got my outside shape. That's probably the thing that you're struggling with if you're looking at this video right now. But let's create the rest. So let's locate where that tiny little circle was in the middle. So we'll go construction, okay? We'll keep the current layer on. I didn't turn my construction layer on. All right, got upset with me. Normally you should hit that little light bulb first. Okay, so now we're gonna go O, enter, and our offset is that little hole is 48 away. So 48, enter, click, move over, click, hit escape. Now we switch back to the object layer and let's put all the other circles in, okay? So we'll work from the left to the right. C, enter. This one from here, first one had a diameter of 20, that means the radius is 10. Okay, spacebar, click again. Next one has a diameter of 30, that means the radius is 15. Enter. And of course, you want like a diameter circle, you come up here, center diameter, if you don't want to do math. All right, hit spacebar again. Let's put one in right here. That one has a diameter of 10, the radius is 5. All right, spacebar again. Come over here, click, diameter was 20, radius is 10. Okay, now if we turn our construction layer off, there's our piece. Now if your teacher or professor wants you to put in center lines, which my students who are watching this are going to put in their center lines, let's do some simple offsets, okay? You want your center lines to expand a little bit outside of whatever radius would be dimensioned on your drawing, okay? You don't just put center lines by default if you're not going to dimension to them. But in this case, this is an early assignment. My students aren't putting dimensions yet. but I still would like them to get in the practice of putting center lines in. Okay, so I'm going to put center lines outside this big arc, outside these little circles, and outside this other arc, because these are shared centers between these. This one, and this one, and this one, and this arc. Okay, so I'm going to use the outside arc first. These were 30 away, so I'm going to go O, enter, and let's say, I don't know, 35 sounds like a good number. Pulled that off the top of my head. Oh, that was 35 up there. Look at that. So let's offset one down there. And let's click this. Let's offset this one over 35. And let's click this. Let's offset this one over 35. So we want a nice symmetric center line. This one was 10. So let's be consistent. Let's say this is going to be 15 now. So let's go 15. Oh, that's too much. We're not going to do that. Let's go like 12. Okay. This one will be 12 this way. This one. Ooh. This one will be 12 up. This one will be 12 down. And then this one, the radius was 20, so let's go like 25. So this will go out 25. This one will go this way, 25. This one will go this way, 20. And this is just personal preference, by the way. If you want to use like 22 or whatever, just make sure it expands outside of it. The center line should not end at the tangent point here, because then if you think about this, if I was making your part, I might accidentally confuse the center line for an object line, and now all of a sudden your part's not going to be made right. Okay, or I'm going to come over to you and be like, what's this line here? There's no dimension to it. All right, so we'll hit escape. We'll go to center line now, and I'm just putting in lines now. I'm just clicking points. L, enter. This one's going to go from here down to here. Space bar, space bar. This one's going to go from here over to here. Space bar, space bar. This one's going to go from here to here. Space bar, from here to here. Space bar, space bar. Probably getting sick of me saying space bar by now. This one will go down to here. Space bar, space bar. The last time you got to hear me say it. We're going to go from there to there, and we'll hit escape. And now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to check what my line density is. So I'm going to turn off my construction layer. Whoop. And we can see some of these I can't see the center line. I can see it here because it's really long. Simple solution. LT, scale, line type scale. Hit enter. Right now it is at a ratio of 1. If I want twice as many dashes and hatches, cut it in half, 0.5. Look at that. Now we've got a whole bunch. Oh, this one doesn't have it. Let's go a little smaller. Let's hit spacebar, go back into LT scale. Let's go 0.25. There we go. Now we can see a center line there. Okay? And all your stuff is indicated. You could very easily dimension from each of these. Okay? So I hope that helped. I appreciate the person who requested this video. This is a challenging part. I hope this video helped you out.